Hello dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Muhammad Ashraf and you're watching Ashraf Kakar channel. Dear students, we have started a series of lectures regarding the general science and ability, which are an element of the CSS and PMS exams, as well as parts of the other competitive exams as well. So we have started our first lecture, that is about the solar system. What a solar system is basically, and what are the components of the solar system. The solar system basically composed of many giant bodies, ranges from microscopic level to the millions to trillion high weighted bodies. So the first organ of the solar system, that is sun, we will study in detail in this lecture about the sun. Then we'll go on towards planets, dwarf planets, satellites, asteroids, meteorites, comets. Then we will study moon in detail. Then we'll look into the difference between these lunar and solar eclipses, as well as to differentiate between asteroid, meteorites, and comets in constellation. So dear students, the first organ of the solar system, that is sun. Now let's look into the anatomy of the sun. That sun is divided into three regions. The first one, that is the interior. Second is the solar atmosphere. Then comes the surface or the photosphere. The first one, interior region, it is further divided into three regions or into three zones, like the core, radioactive zone, and the convection zone. You can see in this picture that the red one in between, which is the centermost region of the sun, that is called core. Then comes the radioactive or the radiation zone, and then third is zone which is the part of the interior region. It comes and it's called as the convection zone. So what is core? Core is the centermost region of the sun and is the most hottest part of the sun. There occurs fusion reactions of the hydrogen and helium gases in the ionized forms. It has occupied 25% of sun's radius. Furthermore, according to NASA, it has reported that it has this center core region has more than 150 times the density of water. Its temperature is the most hottest temperature of the sun, which is of about 15 million degrees Celsius. Then comes the radioactive zone. Here there occurs, you can see the zigzag lines that are the electromagnetic waves. They are called as photons. So they are transferred from the core region towards the convection region. And these electromagnetic waves, which are composed of photons, they are basically have occupied the two gases, which is of about 75% of hydrogen and 25% the helium in their ionized forms. It has occupied 45% of sun's radius. Furthermore, it has the temperature of 7 million, which is less than as compared to the core. Then comes the convective zone, which is the last part of the interior region. It starts from 1.5 to 2 lake interior surface of sun towards outer region, and it has temperature much less than as compared to the radioactive zone or the core zone, which is of about 1 million degrees Celsius. Then we have the solar second region, that is the solar atmosphere, and it is also called the chromosphere because it appears bright. Somehow we can see during the sun eclipse. The chroma means light, so that's why we call it the chromosphere. It is a small transition. It is a small transition between the corona and the photosphere. Corona, it is the outermost region or outermost atmosphere of the sun. So it is a small transition between the outermost surface of the sun and the photosphere, which is the visible region. And then comes the third region, that's called the surface or the photosphere. It lies between the interior and the outermost solar atmosphere, and this photosphere is the visible region of the sun. So dear students, let us now have a look at the physical features of the sun. The sun has the diameter of 13,91,440 kilometers. It has a diameter of 13,91940. Its mass is of about 1.9 into 10 raised to power 30 kg, and its composition is of many gases, but two are major, which are hydrogen, which is of 74%, helium, which is of 24%, and 2% are other heavy metals. Then comes the density of the sun, which is of 1.4 gram per cubic meter. Then its temperature, which is especially of the core region, and it is of 15 million degrees Celsius. And its distance from Earth is of about 150 million kilometers, or can be called as 93 miles from the Earth. Its velocity of moving around in the galaxy, which is of 220 kilometers per second, while its revolution in the Milky Way throughout the years, that how much time does it takes? It takes 250 million years to complete the one revolution. In the last, we have the suns, that it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach the sun rays on the earth. So that is all about the sun. See you in the next lecture.